Like your life ends at 25. If your life doesn't end at 25, it probably ends at 30, and you're good. Peace out of the window. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Lina Rants with me, Lina ElEraky. Today is my 25th birthday episode special. Before we get into the episode, I would love to thank all my friends and acquaintances for reaching out for me and being so nice. So for my 25th birthday episode, I wanted to mention something that's completely relevant to my 25th, which is the perception of aging in people's minds. Now that I'm in my mid-20s and I'm surrounded by people who are like in their later 20s, younger 20s, my age, it's so common for all of us to be freaking the fuck out, to be honest, about it. Just aging and growing older and like, oh shit, like I'm gonna be 30, it's over, man, it's game over. And I was one of those people. And honestly, sometimes I just struggle with that mentality as well. I think this really started happening for me when I was 22, turning 23. I just started freaking out. I was just like, listen, I don't want you to throw me a birthday party. I don't want you to celebrate. I don't care about my birthday. Relax. Poor anyone who thinks that way. Growing older freaks the fuck out of everybody. Not even like people in their 20s. It's like 30s, 40s, 50s. You know, it's ingrained in your brain to think that, especially as a woman, the older you get, the more like unfunctional you are for some reason. It's like you're only made of a womb. And it's like, sorry, no. Everyone really, not even women. Ideologies of like society that say you gotta be married by 25 and have a job by 25 and making X amount of money at 25 and everything is at 25. It's like your life ends at 25. If it doesn't end at 25, it probably ends at 30, and you're good. You're done. You're peace out of the window. Maybe we should change that mindset. You know, even though I'm such an unorthodox person, if you get to know me personally, I think up till January I was really freaking out about turning 25, to be honest. So what really got to me to think that, okay, Lina, this mentality is not good, it's not healthy, you gotta change it, you gotta embrace growing older. The amount of time that I had to really self-reflect without feeling bad about spending hours on self-reflection and just having aha moments. Here's the key, guys, to the change of my mentality. It just hit me. I was like, you spend your years from like, I don't know, 1 to 10 trying to be like an actual human being, like talking, walking, and then from 10 to almost 13, you're like hitting puberty if you're a girl, or you're like kind of struggling because you're almost hitting puberty as a guy, and then your teenage years are just an explosion of hormones. And then you're like 19 going on to 20, it's like, oh shit, like I'm not really a teenager that much, but I'm like not really an adult. And you're trying to figure out like, how do people adult, like what is that? The world is your playground. You try everything, and then you realize the things that you like, the things that you don't like. Or you're trying to figure out your career, you're trying to figure out if you like somebody, if you try to figure out if you like yourself. Like, so when do you really start to live? Like when do you really start to be yourself? It's when you're almost 25. Obviously that's not like a set timeline for anybody, but it's just usually how it works. I mean, it's just like for an average human being biologically, like that kind of makes sense, you know? So really, from the age of 0 till the age of around 23, you're really living a demo life. I said it, demo. That was all a freaking demo. So technically, if I'm turning 25 tomorrow, I consider myself as turning 1. It's insane. I feel young. I'm so emotional right now. I feel young, but I feel old at the same time, and it's like the most amazing feeling ever. It's just so liberating, and it's so amazing. Well, we all know now that I forgot to mention emotional ass biatch in my first video. The amount of things that I have realized about myself, about the world, about people around me is incredible in the past few years. Really download all the like life lessons and just take the good out of the bad. Now that I have announced myself 1 year old, I feel so much more liberated, so much more happy about my life. I just want to do this and that and go there and read this and try this. I think every single decade of a person's life is just so special in its own way. I think we should all free ourselves from the ancient ideologies that the people who came before us put on us. I mean, there was no technology, there was no travel, there was nothing. You just stayed in your lane, way up in your lane. You were part of the wall, actually. Everything was set out. There was no options. You went to school, you graduated, you went straight to college, you passed college right away, and then you graduated from college, you found a job right away, and then you have a wife, and bam, you have 2 kids, 3 kids, 5 kids. Live your life working for the same company, and then you have your grandkids, and you die, and you know, that's it. Now with all this technology, all this connectedness, and the options of everything that we have right now, it's insane to think that you should figure your shit out or have that one thing to do by the age of 25. You don't really have a full sense of who you are by the time you're 25. I think I know myself. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna redefine that the next year and the year after, and by the time I'm 30 and by the time I'm 40 and 50 and 60, you're a different version of yourself every single time. So anyway, I feel like I'm getting out of control, but before I go, a woman is more than just her body, her breasts, her hips, her thin waist. A woman is more than a womb. A woman is more than just a pretty face. A woman is more than her fertility. A woman is more than the crown on her head, her hair. Womanhood is a beautiful thing. You bring light, you bring love, and you bring life. And there's no greater gift than that. You're more than how much you have in your bank account. You're more than what you provide as a male to the family. That you bring to the table more than just your physique. You're more than your height. You can be scared of growing older. You can be vulnerable. Growing up is beautiful. I think that's it for today, guys. See you in my next episode. It's like downloading one of those like Asian video games and as a demo, and then they're like, oh, do you wanna now start playing it because you like it? And you're like, yeah, I think so. You're more. If you want to see more of my face and my wisdom and my witchness, please subscribe. Honestly, guys, it's happy tears. It's happy tears. Well, COVID kind of helped with the mentality. I'm turning 25 tomorrow, and today's my last day as a 24-year-old, and I sand a lot. I have to wait for it to ripe, so it becomes like perfect yellow shape, and like, I know that sounds hipster, but it is the truth.